Welcome to the Arizona Pickleball League podcast, presented by Jigsaw Health. And now, your hosts, Danny Jensen and the Orchard Security Guy.
That guy.
Welcome, Arizona Pickleball family. It is your friend, Danny Jensen, joined with the Orchard Security Guy and the MVP of the night, Craig Johnson. Look at those muscles.
My arms look good from this angle.
There you go. So,
wow.
OSG, talk to us tonight.
They did.
Dude.
Okay, so I don't know why I'm sitting here. Let's just be real. It was
Craig.
the Dana show. Well, let's go. Let's do a recap. Let's look at this score right here. Okay. Dana shows up.
Dana shows up, down 5.
Down 5.
Ties the
Ironic,
game.
she actually gets down.
She went down 12 at one.
We're down 12.
Yes.
Down 12.
Early in the game.
If anybody wants to look back, there's a high third that Kyle hits. Dana crouches almost Pesta-like, blocks it, does a reset.
Yep.
We win that point, and then it rolls to then we tie it all up in the second quarter.
So you guys went on a...
What?
It was a 22 plus 10, that's 32, 39 to 15 run.
Yes.
From that point.
Hi, how are you, Dana?
Yeah. Hi, Dana. You played very good. The thing is, we can't always give Dana everything. Dana, you're too good. You gotta sometimes
she is.
Save some for the rest of us. So we brought on Craig.
Okay.
Because
I'll sing her praises.
Because
I'll be
you
honest.
didn't play bad. You played great.
I don't know. First quarter, Pesta just owned me. I feel bad for Sim. We went down by 5, and just Pesta was doing his Pesta things and taking over the whole court. I gotta watch it back. I was a little frustrated, but I didn't want to talk. Patrick was trying to talk to me after the quarter. I wanted no part of it. I didn't want to even look at him. But yeah, we.
Craig's getting shout outs from the fans that are still walking
there's thousands behind me right now. It's
unbelievable.
Of people.
It's unbelievable.
But no, it was good. It was a good. Kyle honestly was a rock.
Mm-hmm.
He was so good in mixed. He kind of took over a bit. Caden, you just never know. Caden's going to be the best player in the world, or he's going to be Caden. And we got. He started off as the best player in the world, and that's how we went down, and then all of a sudden we got
Dana
some momentum.
Turned on. Dana turned on.
Dana turned it on.
Yeah, no, that is so true. So let's cut over to Orchard Security Guy real quickly before we continue this. You had a little scare tonight.
Yeah, we did.
And you got to really show why you're here.
Out of nowhere. I mean, that's why I was over there checking the cookie situation. Out of nowhere, there was some yellow frosted cookies I don't even know where they came from. I checked everything prior to the match, and there were no yellow frosting cookies. I walked by, all of a sudden, there they are.
So they didn't go through clearance or anything?
No. So I had to go through and check and make sure that they qualified, and luckily they did. So I think everyone enjoyed them.
And then towards the end of the night, we then had an actual scare a little bit, and you completely handled the situation exactly how you should, and it's why we pay you the big bucks.
Yes, and it looks as though she's doing really well right now, but I had walked by and I thought she was going to fall out of her chair, so I came up real quick and got her into her chair, and looks like everything's under control here. She's doing well, so
good to hear that.
Yeah, good to hear.
We had the medical professionals. I believe it was the Salt River Fire Department that was able to come in and save the day. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Great job.
The Salt River Fire Department comes in, handles the situation like true professionals. You know what? That's the door you checked earlier, and they're going through it perfect. It worked perfectly.
Look at that.
Yeah, well done.
I mean, that's why we do what we do, Danny.
Yeah,
I mean, that door's for the pros, but also fire and security,
safety,
everything.
Absolutely. DJ Pickle was, letting him in and out, like playing door guard while you're sitting here next to us. So no, that's good. We wear a lot of hats here at the Orchard.
We need a breakdown. When did this happen? How did I even know?
No, this was
happened?
like literally maybe 5 minutes ago.
I can
10 minutes ago.
tell you, it was probably about 7:56 because I just went by the cookie check and I walked over and I mean she was in her chair just about ready to fall off. So I ran up and grabbed her.
What?
Sat her up a little bit.
Yeah.
And she was just hot as can be. She started turning really white.
No way.
Luckily, we have a gal on staff, Jess, that's kind of like a pre-med nurse. So she came over a lot, asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Got her right back on track. Looks like she's standing up and doing great. So we're glad to have that.
No, I'm glad that she's doing well.
Holy cow.
What a night, huh?
Man.
I kind of was interested, rolling back here, what was said on the bench when it was 13-8 and you walked off? You said Patrick tried to talk to you.
Oh, man, I don't know
what was said to the other two.
I think Patrick was trying. I just wanted no part of anything. I hate losing. And so I was in such a bad spot mentally. And I was in a dark place. I felt like I let the team down. Pesta, I got to watch it back. But Pesta was... I mean, you tell me. What'd you guys see? Okay, tell me. I need a breakdown.
Okay, so
you're watching.
Here's what
I'm
I was
in
watching.
it. It's too weird.
So Sim was threatening a lot of Ernie.
Okay.
But not necessarily Ernieing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
She Ernied a couple times, but like she was threatening Ernie. But when she was threatening Ernie and not Ernieing, the ball was going to like middle of the actual side of the right side.
Okay.
And so you were getting pulled over there, and it was you probably could have been a little bit more. What do you call it? Maybe put a little bit more pressure.
Okay.
But maybe even not. But also, Pesa never got challenged here going back and holding him honest. So he was able to creep a lot.
Over and over and over.
And then she was staying off the line, allowing for him to come through.
With the forehand, okay.
So what ended up happening was that, like, Pesa was able to come across and not being... And then you guys, the few times that you did hold him accountable, you almost won every single point.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because Sim was, like, hitting lines, like... Or like a ball would come in and she'd hit it back hard that way. And Pesta's basically standing in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, we honestly, I think we started off up 6-4. It's crazy how this format goes from like, we're all cozy, it's 6-4 on the one. We're like, oh, we're going to be good. And then Pesta just rattles off big serve, big drive, big serve, big drive, big serve, big drive. And I'm like, wait, we're losing. We're losing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was just, I couldn't.
No, it's the interesting thing about the format. But also the other thing that I noticed, and this is something that is probably taken for granted, and so many missed returns.
Yeah.
Missed returns in this format are so interesting because in like a game to 11, you can just like stop at 11 and just like restart. And it doesn't. I was telling other people
there's no rollover.
I was telling this to other people this weekend, like losing 11-9 and losing 11-1 is the exact same thing.
Yep.
You're not getting better or worse in that 2 seconds between the games.
Yeah.
You just lost a certain score to a certain score, and then you go back and it's 0-0 again.
Yeah.
But here it's not like that.
Yeah.
You go down 11-1 or something like that, and all of a sudden it's like you're down 14-1.
No, exactly.
It's like, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very interesting, and it benefits you guys.
I wonder why. Why are we at? I mean, we got 21 points scored on that first quarter. I don't score. I just don't. 29 second quarter, 32. I'm just a boring guy. There's not a lot of scoring going on when I'm on the court.
That's all right, though. I mean, sometimes
a lot of scoring.
Sometimes you'd rather make sure that it's like lower scores while you're on the court than.
Yeah.
But you know what you do? A lot of people like want like big points, fast points. Like Michael Lloyd will have a lot of points scored in his games because there's a lot of those fire, short points, 15 minutes, short points. When you're grinding,
I know
there's not going to be that many.
I know.
And actually, it favors the team that's winning to grind out points.
Yeah.
Because that's time.
Yeah, it's just time.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
So when it was, I think the score was 14-12 or I don't know, something like that. And they got that last point just like kind of last second. But when it was 14-12, it ended up being like, we were like, they should just like literally serve and just like keep the ball in play. Yeah. Just don't do anything else.
And just
like you don't even need. Yeah, you don't want to never speed the ball up.
Yep.
Because if you just hit unattackable dinks and they can't attack dinks, well, one, there's two things that'll happen. They're gonna pull the trigger on a horrible shot, hold speed up, and you guys can eat it up, or they'll miss a speed up, give you a point, and then you can do the exact same thing again. And if you guys aren't speeding the ball up, then they're not just getting cheap, stupid points.
Yeah.
So you can just like keep the lead.
It's funny how the strategy. So we had a strategy where basically in the women's, watching from the sidelines. So Michelle is crazy thumpy, huge, big forehand overhead. And then Haley's this rock. She doesn't miss, right? Yeah. So, but it's funny how like at the beginning of the women's, we were a little bit tight. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, they need to have every third go to Haley, but then almost every hands battle, every other put away go to Michelle, because Haley doesn't miss.
Yeah.
But Michelle, thump.
Totally.
I mean, she hits it harder than anybody here.
Yeah.
So, but and then that all of a sudden turned into like a game plan where all of a sudden we just started rattling points, point. Dana was doing her thing. She's crazy. She was pissed when we were down in the second quarter. It was great to watch her. She didn't want to talk to anybody. She had the glare.
When she was so good. You see the Dana glare?
Oh, dude, it was so good.
Well, you know when she's mad when she scores a point, she goes.
Yeah, she did the full tornado.
You're like, oh, okay, something's about to happen here because she brought out the tornado. But what were you gonna say? Sorry about that.
Well, there was a point too where the Scorchers were coming back a little bit, and she kind of caught fire, Michelle, a little bit.
Yes.
I can't remember. Did they call timeout or not?
I think we did.
But anyway, there was.
Oh yeah, no. Michelle started getting
maybe
crazy.
Inside of 10, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got like 9. I got 9 or 8.
You guys might have called 10. What did you guys?
I mean, again, it's
did
just one of
Dana
those
talk,
things,
or did she just?
I think it's Michelle. I think because the racquetball background, she's just got such fast hands. I think she wants the shake and bake. The faster the ball's going, the more comfortable she is, and then the slower the ball's going, Haley's just not gonna miss.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
totally.
But anyways, yeah. So Michelle caught fire, and then I think we called the timeout, and we're just like, hey. It's pressure out here. It's so silly.
Yeah.
It's just completely ridiculous. You're kind of like in a weird blackout mode. It's not a rec game, like people are all sitting out here watching you play, and you're thinking, this is so. Don't be an idiot out here. Don't embarrass yourself. But and so I think there's a lot of just terrible decisions that are made by everybody that you wouldn't normally make, just because you're just.
It's so funny. The first 4 points of every game.
Everybody's so tight.
It is like.
They hit the return serve right in the net.
Right? Yeah.
And then I think the first third shot drop was about
10
feet in the air.
Yeah. Right. And then like, me and Michael even said on the podcast or on the actual commentary, if you guys go back and listen, and we'll be like, it looks more like they're settled in now. Like the balls were just like staying in, and like like there was a huge difference between the first. Let's call it 10 points.
Okay.
The first or the 10 rallies.
Okay.
The first 10 rallies and the second 10 rallies. Yeah, in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Because I actually think the people on sidelines, you don't realize it, but like you're actually getting comfortable while they're getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, like everybody's like, okay, the game's in. Okay, here's what's going on. So the second quarter or the third quarter or the fourth quarter isn't as bad as the first quarter. Oh
really?
My gosh. The first quarter you can just like see like just.
I needed to take advantage of Pesta's tightness. And the guy's super sick. I don't know if you guys know. The guy is just like.
He's not feeling good.
He is not feeling it tonight.
I know.
The poor guy.
The first 10, but Craig didn't get to 10.
First 10 points, more. That's why I meant rallies. That's why I meant rallies. Okay. Yeah. Craig.
I actually never got to 10 points the whole night.
He was in the back throwing up after the first quarter.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. He went back out the door.
No, he did not.
2 times and was yes, because I brought some electrolytes over there. Electrolytes Supreme.
Let's
get
go.
Some more in there. Yeah.
Gosh.
OSG,
you're
really?
saving lives, man.
It was
saving lives.
Tonight was maybe the most eventful.
Tonight was probably one of the harder nights for security.
Yes.
Yeah.
But everyone's all right. We're moving forward.
Yeah, no, it was great. Super good. Wow. So, Craig, then what's the plans for the Tempe Tornadoes? Starting off 2-0, you're feeling pretty good. I know you guys are.
Just ride the coattails, guys. Just ride Dana's coattails.
Dana, lead us to the promised land.
Yes, just take us away. Take us away. I mean, I'm interested to see how as far as the best women in the league now, how did Ashley and Steph, what was their quarter, and who did they play?
So they played last week. They were playing the Gladiators versus the Stingers. So they played against Sarah, Ash, and Susie.
Okay.
Dominated them.
Score. I wish we knew score.
I can look that up. I can look that up.
Because
But then the week
honestly,
before,
In the girls' match?
and the girls, because it was over after the women's.
it was completely over. Yeah.
It was totally over after the women. So I was just thinking, I mean, honestly, Ashley and Steph,
That's a good team.
they're a good team.
That's a good team, and they both
Like
they hit hard.
They can bang, man.
Yeah.
They
So
can
like,
bang.
where you guys are gonna have to beat them is on the dinking and on, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
So, and then, you got the Peoria Pythons, which are looking really good with the women.
Oh,
When you got
yeah.
Takako and Jess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're playing good together.
They're both 2-0.
Hey, what do we got next week?
They're both
Who's
2-0
playing
right
next
now.
week?
So next week is
Tomorrow, you're not next week. Scottsdale Scorchers and Surprise Stingers aren't next week.
They are.
Yeah. That's
So they're
18th,
playing
yep.
again.
And then you guys play back to back after that.
Okay.
So
I like
you played,
a week off.
You played Gilbert, which is Chris Headings.
Oh, we
And then-
played Gilbert. Okay.
Yep, you played Chris, Michael, Steph, and Ashley.
Oh, and Ashley. Okay, cool.
So that's a big game. That's your next game.
You guys look great on the screen there.
Thanks.
I mean, this is actually.
Should we
this
flex
is
a little bit more?
dude? See how much bigger your. Is that like?
Is that actually?
Dude, are you kidding me?
I think it's just.
Dude,
I think it's.
my wife is never gonna leave me. Dude, it's
good lighting. It's gotta be good lighting.
We look tanner.
did you
I agree.
Can we talk about how good? I don't look good, but you guys look fantastic.
did you have any body bags?
Oh man, I
In the
think
match?
accidentally, probably. I think did I get one on
Yeah,
Pesta?
I think you did get one on Pesta.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
pure miracle. He's never been hit in his life. That was the
Yeah,
first
so
time.
it just happens.
just-
That was like Chris last week. I hit on like one that was like doop, and it like fell up, and he was like trying to scramble, and it just like missed it, and it just touched him. We're like body bag. Chris is so mad. And then he body bagged
yes.
someone. We didn't play it.
Yeah,
Remember, we didn't play it.
who did he hit it to, Chris?
It was Sarah. Wasn't it Sarah that like
Yes.
bounced it, and he kind of
body bag.
like it was literally like.
We're
Got
getting
him.
better with like little sound bites.
So good, so
Patrick-
fun, right?
Patrick's getting way better with those sound bites, dude. I love it.
Those sound bites are good, and then we're doing a little bit of a. I'm encouraging trying to bring in a little bit more of the squares into like
Oh,
the front
okay.
and center, like make people like.
Oh yeah, we need it.
Like if, for example,
We need people to bet the house.
I forget who it was, but like there was like a few times where there was like 20 seconds left, and like if a point gets scored, it jumps from this person to this person.
No.
right? So it'd be I think it'd be fun to have like everybody that's like because one group would be sitting here rooting for this guy. Then the group over there is rooting for Tempe Tornadoes to score a point.
Oh, yeah.
And another group of people would be like sitting over here or something.
Do they know or do they not know because
So
the score
they
is
have it on their phones
Oh,
right
they
now,
have it on
but
phones,
but I
okay.
think it'd be hilarious to like put it like front and center, so like everybody knows. And it's
I
like,
know.
that
A
guy.
5-second timeout.
Yes.
5 seconds left, which would be the last point.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
That's so
final
good.
final point, or maybe when it goes to 0, we do a final point. Like it hits 0,
Yeah.
and you do a final point, and you're like, this point determines if it stays on this person,
Yes.
if it goes to this person, or if it goes to this person.
Oh yeah.
And maybe that final point score a point for either team so that it could go to 3 different directions? Wow, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine that?
yeah.
And it's strictly for gambling purposes.
I know.
We enjoy gambling.
Yes.
Think
How much
about
is it
fun
for a
that would be.
square?
$5, I think.
Oh yeah, we need to up that too. We need to up it.
$50 a square.
We need
Let's
to-
get people running. What do you think, OSG? You think that there might be a little bit more controversy and a little bit more fist
Yeah.
fights thrown and stuff like
I mean,
that?
I'll start throwing some points. You know what I mean? I'll start
Craig's shaving off points.
point shaving over here.
We put all the cash right out in front so everyone.
Oh
can see
yeah,
it.
like on a table. You know how they do it for the World Series
Yes,
poker?
dude,
They
yes.
pile it up. They put that
That would be
bracelet on the
so
top.
good.
That'd be so funny.
Right at the ref's feet. Right
yeah,
there.
absolutely. Cash.
You're protecting it at all times next to the chicken.
Not a bad idea. I wonder if we could. Maybe it's just like one time. It's like 1 point, or maybe it's like whenever there's 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
When you know that there's not going
Automatic
to be another
timeout.
play.
Yeah.
Clock freezes with 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the last final play.
It's like no matter what, it could be with 10 seconds. No, you could probably, because it always stops like within 5 seconds.
I'm curious what the average point time-wise,
Be curious.
how long it takes.
Well, it depends who's on the court.
Yes.
Because if you're on the court,
It's going to take
3 or
an
4
hour.
minutes, and we're yawning.
So
Right.
boring.
Come on.
Michael
Yeah,
and Nico.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, gosh, they're
Add up
good.
those points. Even
They're good.
Caden,
Yeah.
quick points.
Yep.
Big balls, big winners.
He's got huge balls.
Yeah. Huge balls for Caden. Good call.
He does, that guy.
No, it's
You
good.
guys play Gladiators next.
Gladiators. Okay, I don't know.
Is there a
I've met
mix-up,
Michael.
potentially a shake-up, like just in the rotation-wise, or are you guys kind of stuck on the way you like it?
I think we're just going to have me and Sim play together. We're going to continue that. I feel like we've played 3 matches so far, right? So we played.
You've technically played 2.
Two. Okay. So
But
2.
3.
So we
you
tried.
consider preseason.
We tied Coop and Sarah, and then today, it's just Kyle and Dana are just on a tear. So we're just gonna let them keep running together. They're doing
Yeah,
great.
smart.
They're studs. So I think we'll keep that mix going. I don't know who picks who plays against who. I don't even.
I think it's just like
Do we say the lineup first, or who says the lineup? How does that work?
Managers talk.
Managers talk.
Yeah, they send theirs into the commissioner. Commissioner looks at it and proves
Okay.
my
whether
commissioner
or
is
not-
talking in third person.
Yes.
whether or
Okay.
not that's a good matchup,
Oh, really?
and then it gets
And
approved.
then it goes, okay, good,
Yeah.
good. I mean, clearly the mix was awesome today. Look at it. We were tight.
I know.
You know, it was like
well,
all
it was
square.
25-25.
Yep.
But again, I come back to this every single week. Third quarter
Women's-
is
it-
the
deciding quarter.
Decide, I mean,
it's crazy how it
it
always.
is the. I think I had some term that I used, but I called it like the I don't know if it was the competitive or like the consequential quarter. I forget what I said, but like it's like the third quarter. If you lose, because one, it's like it's a two-way street. One, there's so much hanging on it because if you can get your guys, all the guys are like so good that like if you can get a lead, a lot of times you're not going to lose that lead.
Yep.
And then on top of that, if you can extend the lead enough to give them even that much more of a break, then you're basically you won the game.
I want to look at this one. So,
So you can either win the game or you can set yourself up to like essentially, right? Like you're it's like a setup game.
Okay, first week, real week was the Scottsdale Scorchers against Peoria, right?
Nope.
That was-
You guys were Tempe Tornadoes.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Surprise Stinger.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then I think that first week, we played Coop and we played Coop and Nico. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we got the women kind of just went on a tear. This one
That was the
that was
close.
a nail biter.
Yep.
March
21st.
21st, we had what was it going into that? What was the third
It was
quarter?
like remember Michael and Treffrey were down
by like
2 3 points. I think it was 3 or 4.
Oh, really?
And then they came back and won by 2 or 3.
Wow.
And then they. So right now we have Scottsdale Scorchers at 0-2.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Because they lost that. They had an opportunity in that one and just lost it.
That's crazy to
Two
think.
teams at 0-2, 2 teams 2-0.
Yes. And then one team at 1-1, right? And then
We got some talent in the league. I mean, Pest is a freak. Can we just
Oh,
talk about it, guys?
yeah.
Pest
Yeah,
is a
Pest is a freak.
complete stud.
I mean that's crazy. I played him last week and
He's just a stud. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's
he'll hit shots that
APP
you're like
gold medalist. And
you're like, how do you hit that shot?
no, he's a
is
complete
crazy.
stud. He's a complete stud. So that's why I'm shocked because he's honestly, nobody would argue he's the most talented. He's the best player in the league. It's just, there's no doubt. So I can't believe they're 0-2 right now. That's shocking.
Yeah.
Is my phone going to ring?
Ooh, for what?
Is
what?
your phone gonna ring?
Talk to me.
I think
What are we talking about?
I think it needs to.
What are we talking about?
If there's gonna be any trades or pickups.
Really?
So
They run them by you. Well, this is a real
Commissioner
This is
will
a-
get a call.
Come on.
So who are the 2 0-2 teams right now?
What a treat. Really?
Surprise Stingers.
Wow.
Surprise Stingers and
Scorchers
the
0-2.
Scorchers.
So how about,
I mean-
tell
I
me
mean-
this one.
I mean-
the Scottsdale Scorchers against Peoria, what was the women's score?
Close.
It was tight.
It was close. But then
And then who? Then they played. Peoria Pythons played who?
the Gilbert
They played-
Gladiators next, and
But that
destroyed
was
them.
destroy them because
And
of
then
the third
Ashley,
quarter.
remember? And then Ashley Candelaria was picked up before the last week, and
Against-
Surprise didn't pick up anybody.
And then it was over in the third quarter.
And it was over in the third quarter. So I would be shocked. I'll
Phone's
tell you
gonna
right
ring.
now. I'll tell you right now. I would be shocked if the Surprise Stingers don't make a pickup.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It probably is going to get talked about with the team, but
I think we
phone's
have.
on.
I think we have
Phone's
a
on,
few.
baby.
I think we have a few applications in. I believe.
Yep,
Yep.
we
a few
do.
applications are in. Let me go out on a limb and say there's one girl out there
Annalie Waters.
that Annalie Waters is joining. We wish. But there's an opportunity for somebody to grab somebody that can put pressure on Dana.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Very good pressure on Dana. And I'm just leaving that out there for the GMs.
Annalie's available.
Annalie Waters is available. She hasn't been picked up yet, right? Annalie hasn't been picked up yet.
She's got to go through all the testing.
Oh.
before she's finally
I
approved.
forgot about that
Okay, of
testing.
course.
That matters. But there's another one then. There's another one. But yeah, so I would be very shocked because I mean there's a big pickup that could be made that could completely change Tuesday night pickleball.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure if are there applications for guys as well.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
We have some of those too.
Okay. Hi. How are you?
But who would? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'd be curious, like who, because it's such like a very funny situation because like
I would
it's
say
not as
me.
serious, but
I'm
it's
on
serious,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So who's gonna get dropped as
I'm
a
not,
dude?
Yeah, as a dude.
That's what you're asking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pessa and
Tessa and Caden,
Caden are.
Tempe Tornadoes. Craig could get dropped, don't you think?
I think I'm gonna get dropped. Kyle doesn't like me half the time. He's always giving me glares.
Then
when I
Peoria,
miss
you
a
got
backhand thing.
Treffrey
He
and
always
Michael.
Gets,
Oh, I
he always
know.
gets- he gets pissed at me.
Treffrey and Michael. Okay.
Treff is like, dude. He's like built for this crazy thing. Dude,
I know.
He loves this. He's like running around.
I know.
He's like Ric Flair.
Does anybody have a better finger wag than Treffrey?
Dude, he is Ric Flair of this league. The
Yeah.
guy is just out
I don't
of
think
control.
anybody has a better finger wag. And I'm
No.
trying to think if like Matt Wright and Riley like could compete with it, but I don't think so. I don't
No,
think that they
absolutely
compete with the
not. No.
Treffrey. Then all you have left is the Gilbert Gladiators, which is Michael and
How are they? Are they 1-1?
Michael and Chris. Yes, they're 1-1. They were the one that already made a pickup, so we know that their GM
He's not afraid to make some moves.
he makes moves, right?
Makes moves. What's his name? Givens.
Mike Givens.
Mike Givens.
And then you got Peoria Pythons.
Oh, yeah.
Nico and Coop.
Nico and Coop.
Yeah.
They haven't made a trade in their own too.
They haven't made a trade in their own too. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I'm
there's definitely stuff out there. I wonder if your phone rings.
Could.
Who gets the first text when your phone rings?
Well, the commissioner will send it then to the president.
Yep.
We'll kind of go
like
on
that.
from there.
Love that. Okay, well, Craig, thanks for joining. You're
Hey,
kind of
thanks,
breaking
boys.
down some of the game and some of like
Oh
the
man, I
trades
love it.
and
Oh yeah.
breaking down.
Always talk pickle.
Heck
I
yeah.
just love talking.
There's
pickle.
nobody that talks more pickle.
Yeah.
It's all
I'm gonna
about.
go to Chipotle with Danny tomorrow. We're gonna talk a lot of pickle.
This is probably true. All right.
right,
well,
thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining episode
What a
11
great night.
of the podcast. Appreciate you, OSG. Thanks for all you did tonight. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a night.
Yeah. Literally.
What a
living
night,
lives, man.
pickleballers. And
Now we can turn.
you may have heard a lot of terms out there during the game and maybe even during the broadcast. And I just wanted to maybe clarify some of those terms for you. There was an ATP, which means around the post, when somebody, instead of going over the net, goes completely around it. There's an Ernie. There's a Burt. Some people say shake and bake. Mid-court resets, where you can drop that ball from middle of the court. Drop shot. And then you have soft game, hard game, drive it. Got people at the kitchen line playing soft for a lot. But I have a few of my own favorites that I like to use. And some of those, maybe when I'm serving, I might just call. Somebody call emergency because it's 911. Another one I kind of like to do a lot was, you hit that clear winter down the middle and you just kind of relate to those people. You say, guys, I just parted you like Moses in the Red Sea. But one of my all-time favorites is when I get up there and we might win the first game, or we're maybe 4 or 5 shots in a row, and I'll just kind of give them the old, play you like Lionel Richie. All night long, all night, all night long, all night. Until the next episode. Good night.